Please don't mention anything about the skin. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Spigot plugin development episode, and in this episode we're gonna be covering on how to make commands. Now what exactly is commands? Commands, if when you go to chat and you go and type in the front slash and anything beyond that front slash is considered as a command. For example, say is commands. For example, you could just say, and we could go with a version, it's also a command. Plugins are also a command. Play sound is a command, and execute is also a command. So yeah, that's the command in Minecraft. So again, for summary, a command is anything that is starting with a front slash on your chat. So let's get started coding. Now to make a command, you essentially need the onCommand method. Now on your main class, or the Hello Spigot class, or where you are extending the Java plugin, we're gonna go down here beneath the onDisable method. We're gonna go and type on command, and you see here public boolean on command. Just click on enter and it will autocomplete for you. Now in here, what you see here is the return super.onCommand sender command label arguments. You could just pretty much delete this whole super thing and just return true. Now above that return true statement, we're gonna be specifying the command that we're gonna be doing. So we could just pretty much do this with if statement, and inside this two parentheses we're gonna go with command dot get name dot equals ignore case, and inside this is gonna be your command. You don't need slashes for this, otherwise it can return an error. It automatically has the front slash at the beginning. So in here we could just go with our name of the command, hello, and we could just put at the end here, we could put curly braces. Now what we just did is we got the command name itself, and we're gonna go compare that to here with ignoring the case, because we don't want to be case sensitive, because some players would just go with slash capital H and stuff. So instead of case sensitive, we're gonna go with any sensitive cases. We could either go for lowercase, or you could just go with uppercase. That means it will accept if the command executed is gonna be uppercase or a lowercase, or you could just pretty much ignore case. That's why ignore case has been invented. We have here hello, it'll just ignore that, and it just checks if that string is equal to that. Now to run the code here, if the command executed is hello, to run the command here. Now before passing in the player and stuff, we need to check one thing first. We need to check if the sender is in fact a player. Now why is this important? Because if we go with player is equal to player sender, which we're going to be talking about later, this will return an error, because the sender, or if the console is the one who sent it and he is the sender, it is not a player, it's a console. So it will return an error here, just saying it's not a player at all. So we can fix that by using if sender, the command sender here, instance of capital P player, import player by using alt enter and put in some curly braces. Now essentially what we just did is check if the sender is a player. If it's not, it's just gonna return this code. But in this case, we want to send a message to that specific sender, so we could just use the else statement. So this else statement executes when our return value here is false. So if the sender is in fact a player, it will return true, and it'll just go with this code. But if it returns false, it will return, or it will run this code down here. Now we will send the sender a message if it is not a player, or if that sender is not a player. which we could normally do with using sender dot send message. Now the parameter here is gonna be a string. Now we could just go and pass in. You can't run this command. Only players could execute this, and we could go with a color, for example red, and this will return a colored red message to the sender. Now in here, if the sender is in fact the player, we're gonna go and get the player. So we need the variable data type, and for this it's gonna be player, capital P, and this is gonna be the variable name that we're gonna be using. For example, you could just go with P or player, which is for me, player works fine. Now we're gonna go and pass in the contents of this variable. We could just normally do that with equals, and we're gonna go and cast player to sender, because the sender can be a player, and yeah, I'm just gonna explain it later. So you have here player sender. So if you see things like this with the parentheses, it's called the cast to that specific variable. A command sender can be a player or other entities, but for this we only want players. I'm pretty bad at explaining. Now put in a semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon there. Now just go down, and we could now use that variable. We're gonna be using our variable name, which we just did earlier. Now we have here the variable name is player, so we could just use player, and we could use any of his methods now. So we have his send message, get location, get inventory, get world, and many stuff. So that's what you can do with a player. But for this, we're just gonna go and send a message. Now what message are we gonna be sending again? We're gonna be sending when /hello is executed, it will message the sender his or her name like this. This is gonna be the format, hello, and the player name. Now how can we get the player name? Well, it's basically easy. You could just go with player.get name, and that will return the name as a string or as a message. Now to send a player message, you could obviously do player.send message, and its parameters is a string technically. Now in here we could just pass in our message, for example hello, comma, space. Now what is the space for? Basically, if we go and append a value to it without any space, so for example if this doesn't have any space, it will return hello and the player name without any space. That's why we need to put it in a space here to make our pass value have a space here. So now you can just build this like already. We need to do one more thing. We need to go to the plugin.yml, which can be found on your module, src, main, and resources. Inside these resources, you will find a file called plugin.yml, and its contents are fairly simple, but you need to add one more thing if you are registering a command. For example, if you didn't include this this thing that I'm telling you right now, and we just need to go and reload. If we go to Minecraft, go to localhost. Now if we go and execute hello, as you can see, it's unknown command because we haven't registered it to anything. We haven't registered the command to the plugin itself. To register command, you could go with commands, colon, go down with a tab or two spaces, and your command name, which is for us, we created it as hello, and we could just put in a colon there, and there you go. You could go and build it now. If you go to Minecraft and go back here, if you go with reload, confirm, and if it's our hello, you could see the command is now there. Now if we execute this, you could see there, hello Thingy TV. Now this message differs because of the player name. Now it's kind of lame, it doesn't have any color, so we can add a color easily to it using chat color. Now let's go back here at our main class and add in a color. Now on the last video, I didn't tell you guys how to make it bold, italic and stuff, so I'm gonna be telling you guys today. So first, I'm gonna be doing color. For example, let's try white. You don't need any chat color here because it's already white by default. Now to put in a color to a specific appender here, or the player that get name, you could just put in a plus here, and we could just put in chat color dot. For example, our thing is gonna be red. Now if we go and run this, now if we build this, go to Minecraft, reload, go to hello, you'll see there, hello, chat color red, ding TV. So now it's colored and it looks pretty cool. But how can we make it bold? You could easily just do this with just one chat color again, chat color dot bold, and that will make your value here bold, or any like after this bold argument here. If we go and build it, go to Minecraft, reload it, go to hello, you have here hello with the color red and it's bold, ding TV. So that's how you make a text also bold on Minecraft, or in a plugin and on a Spigot API plugin. Now let's try executing the command as the console. So let's go down here on our terminal. Let's try using the command hello. If you go and click on enter, you could see there you can run this command, only players could execute this. Now it works because we have here if sender is a player. If that returns null, it will execute this code on the else statement. If it returns true, it will just execute this code down here. So that's how commands work. It's very easy if you get used to it, and you can pretty much spam it if you want to. You could go with hello, and yeah, it's pretty easy to make a command. And in the next episode, we're going to be talking about command argument, which you could pass in some parameters to your command. For example, if you go like hello to a specific player, and it'll tell you, it'll tell the player ding TV helloed to you, and this message is gonna be sent to the specific player that you just put in the parameter. So we're gonna be doing that in the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you'll learn something new. Sorry for the bad quality audio. Sometimes it's raining, and also my air conditioner is kind of loud because I'm near to it. But thanks for watching, and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a quick follow-up video soon of IntelliJ setup and stuff for Spigot plugin development. But thanks for watching, and subscribe. Cool. Don't mention anything about my skin.